Okay everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Johnna and I am actually out shopping, but I wanted to bring to you, and I've taken a whole bunch of notes about the casino on the Royal Princess. What I spent, what I had to do, and what I earned. So there is so much, I'm going to post a diagram that tells you exactly how many points you have to earn on a 7-day or less cruise. Now when you sail more days, you have to get more points, which makes sense because you're going to be on the ship longer. I really like that 7 or under because it's lower in what you have to do, so you don't have to be in the casino the whole time. Where on a 16-day, I probably won't reach those amounts because I'm not going to bankroll that much money for a free cruise. But on my 7-day cruise, I earned a comeback for 16 days. So up to 16 days, which is wonderful because in order to go through the Panama Canal or go across the Pacific to Hawaii or any of those things, you almost have to do a 16-day cruise. Now you can go to Hawaii on a 10-day cruise, but what's going to happen is you're going to get over there from San Francisco and turn around and come back. You're not going to visit all the islands. So that's not what I want to do. I don't want to just be at sea for 5 or 6 days and turn around and be at sea for 5 or 6 days again. Although I have to tell you, they do so much on the ship that you're not bored on those sea days like you would think. A lot of people are afraid they're going to be bored with no ports or anything to do. There is so much going on the ship, and number one, you can't do it all, so don't even try. I was thinking I wanted to do this, and it's not going to happen. So do what you really want to do on this one, and on the next one, do maybe something you didn't get to do. I just want to say, for anyone that's new, my name is Johnna, and I just got back off the Royal Princess on a 7-day cruise to the Mexican Riviera. Had a wonderful time, and I'm talking about how I earned another cruise. Now, there's several ways to earn a free cruise. I won this one. This is a bounce back, and it was given to me on the last night of the sailing. So what they do is they calculate your points from day 1 to day 6 on a 7-day cruise, and at midnight on day 6 they cut it off, and whatever you've earned, that's what you've achieved, and it's black and white. If you achieve so many points, you get so much reward. So what I had to do, it starts at 500. Okay, if you get 500 points, and that's coin in, so I'll explain all that in a minute if you don't know what that means. But if you get 500 points, then you get $100 in free play. That's what they award you for your next sailing. If you get 1,000, you get 400 in free play. That's really what I was going for because I already have a free cruise, 7-day to 10-day cruise from my local casino that I was awarded. Besides the one I went on, I got another one from my local casino, and that was also point based on what I had spent at the casino. And so I didn't need a free cruise, and I was playing and really doing well on a machine, and so my points were going up. And I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and strive for the next level, which was from 1,000 to 3,000. And at the $3,000 level, you get a free interior and $100 in free play. Now, I had a balcony on that cruise, and I love a balcony. But a free cruise for 16 days in an interior cabin, sign me up. I will take it. Anything that gets me over to the 5 islands in Hawaii and a 16-day vacation, it's going to cost me $330 in port fees. So yeah, I was surprised it was for up to 16 days. You don't have to go on a 16-day cruise, but it's up to 16 days and $100 in free play. So I went to the hostess when it was towards the end. I had already achieved the over 3,000, and I went because I was going to keep playing if there was anything more or anything more I could get without having to get to the next level, which you'll see on the chart. I think it's 5,000 or 6,000. I wasn't going to go that high. So he said, well, he goes, you get, because I said, is there anything else I get? You know, do I get any credit for on this ship, on this cruise? Which you do, okay? And he wasn't forthcoming. So in my review, which was wonderful, I had a wonderful time, and Princess is wonderful, but there were a few things, and this was one of them. He was not forthcoming. Now, it's my understanding, and I'll outright ask on my next cruise, I understand that if you get 1,500 points, you get free drinks in the casino. Which you think that's not really a big deal. Well, for me, I don't drink, so it wasn't really a big loss, but I could have got bottled water, you know, and I didn't have a drink package, so since I don't drink, but I could have got a soft drink, or I could have gotten a bottled water or something, and it just kind of bothered me that I wasn't offered that. Also, people get comps for like the steakhouse or spa treatments, or even the general merchandise like candy, okay? So I was not offered any of that. And I asked him, I go, is there anything else I get? Or if I continue to play, are my mail offers or my email or my snail mail, are those offers going to be better, or how does that work? I was trying to get the inside from him, and he was pretty much, I don't know, maybe he was busy, but he wasn't forthcoming at all about anything. And so I did leave that as a negative. The other thing is there were areas of the casino, not the table games, but some of the machines that were very crowded. I mean, jammed together to where people were constantly bumping by you to get by or squeeze by. And I understand in all casinos this is somewhat of an issue, but this was pretty extreme. I don't know if they could have laid it out better, because I've looked since on other ships, and it seems like they don't all have that problem. And there were areas where there was room, and even where the tables were, I think if they configured it different, they could probably alleviate that problem. They asked me about drink service. Well, I don't drink, like I said, but I don't remember anybody even coming by and offering a drink or to order a drink or anything. So, you know, they're losing some money there. A month or two after you get home, maybe sooner, you will start getting offers in the mail, email, and your regular mail. And on those sailings are good up to 3 times each. So if I got a 7-day cruise, I could do that 3 times. So I could book 3, I could book back to back, but each offer is good for 3 cruises. Most times, I think. There may be exceptions to that, if it's a specialty cruise or something. Like, they do have invitational cruises. But so that is exciting, and when I get that and I start getting those offers, I'll let you know. I don't know what I'll get. Some people say you get less than you earned on the cruise ship on that last night. Some people say the ones you get in the mail are actually better. The thing with the one on the ship is that is given to your stateroom the last night of the cruise, and it's black and white what you're going to get. There's no not knowing. The mailing offers, you don't know. I don't even know what you have to do to achieve them, what the point system is or how they look at it. But I do know that on the one you get the last night of the cruise, it's black and white. If you get this points, you get this offer. So that's good. You know what you're up against, and you can stop playing as soon as you get what you want. And like I did, you know, I was only going to go for the 400 in free play, but when I moved on and got to the next level, that's it. I didn't really play anymore. So the last 2 or 3 days, I didn't even play in the casino. You can get a free cruise at your local casino, and you need to check with them to find out in their marketing department if that's something they do. Not all casinos do it. Then you have to do the one on the ship that you get a see you soon offer, and I'll show you all that stuff at the end. And then the other one are the email and the snail mail offers that you'll be getting in the mail. I am not a high roller, just so you know. I was betting on all those bets. I was betting minimum or second up. So say I was on a machine that was 75 cents or $1 bet. Say it was $1 bet. So the lowest bet was $1. I was betting $1 or $2. I was not betting $5 or anything on these machines. Now, I played on the poker machine, and I did a variety of what I played. I played on a poker machine when I first got there. My understanding is your points that you achieve are 1 point for $5 put through that machine. I won. I was betting, it was a 25-cent machine, and I was betting $1.25, I think, because I had five hands at a time, and I was playing double or something. I don't know. I don't even know what I was playing, but I was playing a poker game, and I got 4 of a kind right away. So that paid me, I think, 500 or 600 coins. So that was like $125, something like that. So that enabled me to play, and I played until I went through that and earned points. Then I went to a regular slot machine and was playing different ones. But the minimum bet, or the second, sometimes I do the minimum, sometimes on a 1 cent, or sometimes I do a 2 cent with the minimum, which is like a double bet, or sometimes I do the 1 cent with a double bet. But still very low. I am not a high roller, so this is very, very doable for anybody, I think. Okay, and I had budgeted $100 a night, and that's about what I spent. Now, I did win a jackpot, so, but that's the only really big thing. Oh, and the poker thing. Those are the only things I really won. I played blackjack for about an hour and a half. I don't know what my points earned on that were, and I thought they show up on my card, but from what I'm understanding now is they're separate. They do show up to the casino, and you can ask them what they are, I think, a day after you earn them, but they don't go on your card points or something. I don't know. But your points on a regular slot machine, not a poker machine, you receive 1 point for either 2 or 250 put through the machine. So the poker machines take you twice as long to earn the rewards. Now, what that means is that put through the machine is if I have $100 and I spend that $100, then that's what I've put through the machine if I win nothing. No, bet $1, get 50 cents back, or bet $1, win $5. That money is money when you put it back through. Like when I won the jackpot, when I put that money back through, that counted as coin in. So every time you hit the button, if you're betting $1, that is coin in. Every time you do that twice, which is $2, you'll get 1 point. So it's really not what your bankroll is, because there's no way you're going to play and not get any money back. Some people get more than others. You may have a lucky streak, you may have a dry streak, but you will see your points in real time on the slot machine. Like I said, the table games, you'll have to check with the pit boss or the casino host to find out what your points were from the night before or the day before. I do want to say that gambling for me is entertainment, and this whole thing is for entertainment purposes only. You need to have a budget, and you need to stick to your budget. This can get out of hand if you are chasing points or wins or losses or any of that stuff. So have a budget. For me, it's entertainment. Like I said, I don't drink. I did go to a lot of the shows and stuff, but I don't drink, and so this is my entertainment. If I'm buying a drink and it's $16 a drink and I'm having 5 of those a day, then, there's my gambling budget for the day. So whatever you do, set a budget. If this is something that you are doing to achieve something, or it's your entertainment, remember, this can go south in a hurry if you're not careful. I would have been happy with 400 in free play on my next cruise, because like I said, I have a cruise. But and on my next cruise, 16 days, I'm not going to chase a full free room, because my points are going to have to be too high, and I'm just not going to be able to achieve that, I don't think. I mean, I could, but that's not going to be a goal for me. So you have to have all this, and you have to really stick to it. So if you have a $700 budget on a 7-day cruise, and that's $100 a day that you're giving yourself to play in the casino, then that's great. Now, you don't have to spend $100 each day. You may decide to spend $200 the first day and then not gamble the second day. Or like me, the last 3 days, at least 2, but I think it was the last 3 days, I didn't even play in the casino because I'd already reached what I wanted to reach, and there was so much else to do on the ship that I didn't miss it. You know, that wasn't the only thing I went on a cruise for, was to play in the casino and go to the ports. So I had a budget. I had a budget for the ports. I had a budget for what I spent to get on the ship. I had a budget for my travel expenses, and everything I did was budgeted. You need to have that, and you need to stick to it. Now, I want you to know that just as a courtesy, that if you are having a problem budgeting and sticking to a budget on gambling, then there are helplines that can help you. And I will post that down in my description, in the comments, on the helpline for if you're having a gambling addiction. And there's several things you can do. I know you can do a thing where for a certain amount of time you're just excluded from being able to gamble in a certain place. So say you go to your local casino, or you go on the cruise and you just say, okay, I don't want you to allow me to gamble because I don't have control to do it myself. And they will do that. You have to sign up for it, and you have to stick to it. So, but there's helplines that will help you if, you know, they've seen this. They've seen how people just get addicted. Same way kids get addicted to video games, or people get addicted to alcohol. So it doesn't mean that if you do it, it's bad. It just means if you do it and you have no control, then it's bad. If you're spending your food money at the casino, it's bad. So I will list that down below and let you know that for me, it's entertainment purpose, and that's what I use it. It's my entertainment budget. Another thing I wanted to mention on the casino while we're talking about it is a lot of people say the casino on a ship, the machines are rigged. And they say the same thing about ones on the land, that they tighten them up on Friday night because there's going to be so many people in there, or they loosen them up on Friday night, or they loosen them up till people win a jackpot, then they tighten them up. They can't do that. They're all regulated. And they say, well, there's offshore gambling. Now, the cruise ships are not offshore gambling. They have licensed themselves under the same restriction as the Nevada gaming, because they know that if it got out that it was offshore gambling, people wouldn't want to partake. And the thing about it is the casino's always going to win. They're always going to come out on top. So they don't want to isolate people from using the casino. Can you have a good day and win a jackpot and come out ahead? Yeah. Overall, over years of play, you are going to lose money. That's just the way it is. It's designed for them to win a certain percentage, and it is through a random number generated. So there, if you think of a computer, the old computer that ticks along, and every second, maybe 100 ways that the reels are going to come up will be ticking through. And the exact second you hit the button, that is going to determine what you're going to win on that spin. If you go into a bonus round, it's already predetermined. I know we have fun picking and choosing and thinking if we stop it quick, it's making a difference. It's all predetermined. It's all math and mechanics, and that's just the way it is. The percentage of what they are set at is different from machine to machine, but the overall amount has to be regulated to a certain amount. So if you go to Vegas, they're using the same regulations on cruise ships, and I think it's pretty much all of them. The only cruise ship that really has a big advantage for players is MSC, because if you win a jackpot on MSC, they don't give you a W-2 form because they are, I think, Italian, and so they don't have those gambling restrictions. So if you win $3,000, they just give you $3,000 and you don't have to fill out any paperwork. So that's kind of a plus. But I haven't sailed on MSC, and I love Princess, so I don't know. So they are not rigged. The other thing is, on most of the games now are 3-pot games. So when you have those 3-pot games, they look like the pots are getting really full and they're ready to bust and nobody's won in a while. That has nothing to do with whether when you hit the button, you're going to win. You don't have any better advantage from the first time you hit the button to the last time you hit the button. They are all separate from each other. So you can play $100 on a machine and think, oh, it's got to pay off because I put $100 in. No, you could put $1,000 in and it not pay off. You could sit down a machine and put $5 in and have it give you a big jackpot. So it doesn't matter. And you'll know when you play those games and you have pots that are really big and they're not popping, and then you have a pot that has nothing in it and you hit it and the whole thing fills up and you get the bonus write-off on that pot that was empty. So, or the firecrackers, or whatever it is, it has nothing to do with anything. That is just visual to entice you and to make you think you're going to win. It's just all a mind game. All right. And that's called perceived progression. So it's perceived that it's going to hit because it's full, the pot's full and it hasn't hit in a while. The only time you're going to have where you kind of have a little bit of advantage at looking at the machine is there are machines that have must hit by. So let's say it has to, you're getting points somehow on the machine and it says must hit by 100. So you're like, okay, well, it's at 89 and it has to hit somewhere between now and 100. So you have a framework of that, and those are must hit by, okay? Okay, so you can get the bounce back offer on the cruise, you can get a cruise from your local casino, and you can get mailers from the casino on the ship, or emails or snail mail where they're sending you offers, okay? Those are all the ways you can get it. Another way you can get it, and there's a couple ways to go about this. I put my name into a company when I got my first one from my local casino, You Are Comped, and I sent them a copy of it, and I said, hey, it was a balcony. I said, hey, can you guys match this with another cruise ship or another, land base? And they send me offers for all of them. Royal, MSC, Margaritaville at sea, some just land-based casinos, NCL, Royal, Celebrity, MSC, Margaritaville, those, I have tons of offers, tons. Offer after offer after offer. I haven't accepted any of them yet because I'm still doing the Princess thing, and I have, I can only take so many cruises a year. Unless I decide to live on a cruise ship, and I can't do that right now, so that's not happening. So you can get a free cruise that way. And if you don't go through you are comped, and there's probably other companies that do it. I just heard of that one, so I put it through. But another thing you can do is you can contact the ship itself. So you can contact Royal Caribbean and say, hey, I got an offer for bounce back on a Princess cruise, and I'm wondering, would you match it? Because I really want to go on Royal Caribbean. They will match it. They'll match it in some way because they already know you're going to be in the casino and spending money, and they make money. These cruise ships are in the business of making money. So it's black and white. Once I get my other offers, I will let you know. And I'm excited for you. I hope you can cash in on some free cruises, because just paying port fees and taxes is a huge discount. So it's about $15 a day for my food, for my travel, for my going to all these ports. Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. Oh, and I get $100 in free play, so it's really not $330, it's $230, and I get 16 days. So yeah, it's about $15 a day, if that. Wow. It's heaven. There's people living on cruise ships, you know. And I have too many land obligations, and I have a little pup, and I wouldn't do anything in the world to not have her. So it's well worth not having it, but I am going to go at least a couple times a year. I'm retired. I work part-time, but I am of retirement age, and I should be enjoying my life. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it on a Princess cruise. So you guys, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you aren't subscribed, please consider doing it. And if you are subscribed, will you double check that you're still subscribed? Because I don't know, there's weird stuff going on the internet. And but other than that, I hope I see you again soon, and we'll talk more about cruising and casinos. I am going to my local casino for Mother's Day celebration. I got some free nights. My daughter, we're going to head out there and enjoy the day, or a couple days out there, and I'll let you know if anything exciting happens. Okay, you guys, and I will take some video of play. All right, on my next cruise, I want to know, what do you want to see? Do you want to see a walk through the casino? Do you want to see more of the ship? Do you want to see more of the itinerary of what they do actually on the ship? Because I can take a picture of the daily activities that we do, because there's so many. You want to see pictures of the food? I don't know. But anyway, you guys, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy sailing. Okay, we are on the Royal Princess, headed to the casino, which is right off level 6 of the Piazza. Now, the Piazza is the heart of the ship. It's a huge atrium area that is open up to shops and bars and piano and music and a lot of seating. They do exercises down here in the morning and stretches. They give dance classes. They do challenges against the crew and the passengers. All kinds of things happen down here in the Piazza. But we are going to head up to the casino, level 6, and it is right off of this area. There are a lot of machines in there and table games, a wide variety for you to choose from. And it's a fairly large casino, I think, for a cruise ship. Of course, it's not a local casino that has, you know, tons and tons of machines, but it has a good variety, and it also has table games, Texas Hold'em, blackjack, roulette, craps, and this is where you'll also find the brochure explaining how many points you need to get to achieve a See You Soon offer. Now, in the casino, there are several ways for you to earn a bounce back cruise or offer. One is the See You Soon, and that you will get on the last night. Your points accumulate up to the day before your last day at midnight. They cut them off. So for me, on a 7-day cruise, that was day 6 at midnight. My points were stopped, and they calculated what I had to that point. All right, let's look at the breakdown on the chart of what you need to earn in points to get a See You Soon offer. Now, there are different offers that will be given to you, but this is an offer you'll receive on the last night of your cruise for points accumulated on this particular cruise. Now, as you see here, the points start at 500 points all the way up to 45,000 points will get you a suite, 3,000 in free play, and the Princess Premier package. Also, this is for a 7-day or less cruise. If you cruise, say on a 10 or 14-day cruise, the amount of points you have to earn will be greater because they feel you have more time to earn them in the casino. All right, so I hope that was helpful to you. And remember, like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next update. Happy sailing!